Speaking of good matchups, though, on the opposite
Here we
end,
go.
Carson Merk's card of the year.
I thought
This
you were about to fight
weekend.
somebody.
Third
No.
person
I thought you were about
on
to fight somebody.
Who's fighting?
hit him with the third person.
I'm telling you, this fight,
Hey,
this card.
He's been talking about this card for
wow.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
For a
he
month
has.
now, right? Hold up.
Yeah.
He knew the only person that wouldn't fail him was Shawn.
And I did.
He
failed.
said,
He said, "Oh, who's fighting?" I was like, "Oh."
He said, Shawn, some would say this is the best card next week. Who's fighting? He's like, God damn
Let me
it.
all the way
I knew
down.
Bam Rodriguez and Soren
Yeah.
Beast. I didn't know it was this week.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I knew that was coming.
And I think part of it is my excitement for it, but the fact that the whole card got announced pretty early, and that doesn't often happen. Usually, it's like,
Oh, yeah,
here's the
you're
main
right.
event, and then we'll kind of leak some stuff out as
Yeah.
it goes. That was like, hey, here's the whole card. I'm like, he fight. So to go from bottom, Mark Castro fights on there somewhere on the undercard, and then Jessica McCaskill.
I want to see Mark look a little better than he has looked in his last 2 fights.
Yeah, and I
He
think
looks like Elon Musk. What do you mean?
He does look like Elon Musk.
he's kind of a scary looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he also gets kind of the raw end of the deal because he came in at the same time of guys like Keyshawn, Davis. So it's like,
Who we beat many times in the amateurs, but people don't see them projecting that way in the
No.
pros.
Ooh.
Mark Castro beat Keyshawn a number of times. in
A
the amateurs.
number?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Internationally?
I'm not sure what tournaments they happened at, but they were, they are on their records as amateurs.
yeah, and
I want to see a better Mark Castro.
yeah, and he's good. I
and I like you. I
well,
just want to see
and
a
you
better
saying that is not saying that he's not good. It's just
Yeah.
we want to see you take those steps.
Yeah.
But so he's on there, and then Jessica McCaskill fights Alma Ibarra, who you had the honor of working with Jessica McCaskill on the commentary, and you called Ibarra's fight against Cornejo in Puerto Rico. For
Yeah,
instance.
you're right. Yep. I forgot all about her.
Yeah,
You're
so
right.
that would be a good matchup. Jessica McCaskill really good.
I like her and Serrano. If Serrano's not going to fight Taylor again,
Yeah,
I'd like that fight. Serrano and McCaskill.
putting the belts on the line. And then we have
That's a very good boxing match, too.
they're both. You talk about pound for pound, like,
Fights out there for the women,
yeah,
man.
they're both, right there. And then we have,
Spend some time watching the fights for the women's before you judge them.
of course,
I feel like that's what a lot of people do.
yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think of who the co-main is.
McWilliams Arroyo and Julio
Yeah,
Cesar
but
Martinez.
there's one before that.
Is Ronnie Rios?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ronnie Rios
Ronnie
and
okay.
MJ.
Perfect. So MJ.
Got you.
Yeah, my guy. So for everyone that watches Stephen Fulton on this this great run he's on, picking up these belts, and you're like, okay, he has the belts. Who has the other ones? Why isn't he undisputed? Which is now becoming the thing where fans are like, are you not undisputed? Canelo was, which he didn't start it, but whatever.
Bernard Hopkins did.
So now when you look at it, the other two belts are with MJ. They're with Akhmadaliev. I think he is maybe a better fighter than he gets credit for. I think he is somewhat discounted because he beat Danny Roman, but I think he's just kind of like,
he doesn't
okay.
fight on American television like Stephen
and
Fulton
they're
does.
like, hey, just give up the belts, let Fulton be undefeated, or fight him. But I think he's really good. He fights Ronnie Rios, who's tough as hell. So that should be a good fight. And for anyone that hasn't seen him, you get to see MJ now, so you can fantasy match up that if they ever will fight. I don't know, but
There you go.
and then the co-main is a good one. So rematch Julio Cesar Martinez, who had a rough night
He did.
against the legend Chocolatito.
He was a good fighter getting beat by a great fighter that night.
Yeah. And he fights McWilliams Arroyo, who's been in there with everyone. And their first fight was he put down El Rey, Cesar Martinez. And then he also got knocked down. So they each knocked each other down, but then there was a cut. I want to say it was the second round. And
Hey, he couldn't finish, Carson.
yeah, so again, if I get a paper cut, I might not finish the show. So who the hell am I to say it? But so he gets cut, and it seemed like he was saying, "I can't see," to his corner, to
Right.
the ref, to the doctor, and so he says that, and the doctor, if you go to the corner, usually fighters are like, no, I'm good. Like even if they can't see, they're like, yep, you're holding up 2, and they're like, okay, good enough. In that case, if you say I can't see, the doctor clearly is going to stop the fight.
Yeah.
Stops it. It's a no contest.
Yeah.
So now they're going to get to rematch. I don't know if I remember any like animosity from Cesar Martinez. Like you kind of chickened out, like Bud and Amir Khan is the one that comes to mind. But so that should be a good fight. And
I would think Martinez, I would hope, learned from that Chocolatito fight. He's still very young. and maybe comes an improved fighter from that.
Yeah. Back at his regular weight as well.
Back at his regular weight. And Arroyo's been around the block. I mean, he fought Chocolatito, I think 7 years ago. So he's been around the block, and that makes him dangerous and experienced. But I feel like the younger guy coming off 12 rounds with going with one of the pound for pound best, you know, I think Martinez should win that fight.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I would lean towards him as well. And then main event. Guy's slowly becoming one of my top guys. Bam Rodriguez. And he fights the Rat King.
You got him on pound for pound yet?
He's going to be, honestly, this is a big win if he gets this win. Rungvisai beat Chocolatito twice and stopped him. And obviously he's a very experienced fighter. He's been in there with everyone. So Bam moved up, obviously, to fight Quadras in his last fight. Picked up the belt at 115. And it's a tough fight. Rungvisai is a big dude.
I think Bam's going to have to really use his feet in this fight.
Yeah,
he always does.
absolutely.
He always does. But he kind of is, you know, gets compared to Lomachenko a lot. And instead of the side-to-side stuff, he might have to box, you know, and really fight off the back foot a little bit, because Chocolatito got nailed and knocked out coming straight forward, coming right after Rungvisai. His left hand can put you out.
Yeah, I think it was it a right to put Chocolatito out?
I think it was it a right hook?
I think it was a right hook.
Yeah.
But he's not to like discredit his, you know, versatility, but he's a straightforward fighter. Rungvisai. He's gonna sit there, he's gonna bang, he's obviously got power. So I do think lateral movement and just versatility, which Bam is an expert in. He's 22 now, I think, but yeah, and I need him to avenge Chocolatito.
Well,
I don't know why I tie them together, but I need him to avenge him.
But that's the torch handing fight.
Yeah.
That's the fight I feel like we're building towards for Bam.
Right.
He could beat this guy, and eventually Hearn will make Bam and Chocolatito probably in California. And if Bam could and should win that fight, you know, then we have a new king in these divisions.
Yeah. Right. And he's working with Robert Garcia, obviously still.
You prepared to see that?
Prepared to see what? Him see beat Chocolatito?
The handing of the torch.
We'll just put that way in the future. I don't have to worry about that now. Yeah, and Rungvisai, he really does. Bam, again, this is his second fight at 115. This is not his typical weight. So this is a big guy that's hitting you with a big shot. Like, he could get put down. It could certainly happen.
115, I mean, he's not a big guy.
A weight above you. I mean,
A big guy, though.
Just because you're not 115, I could say 147 ain't you're not a big guy.
247.
I ain't 147.
Yeah.
Man, chill. Don't, hey,
We
they
have
already
eyes.
spreading rumors about you. They already be like, he 200 at least.
But yeah, that really, I said it seriously, but we were kind of joking about it. It's the best card of the year, I think, top to bottom. So if there is a fight card you're going to tune into,
We should make his ass watch this at home by himself this week.
We haven't even talked about where we're watching it. I might end up at home. You guys
By yourself.
You guys have been traveling. You guys have been globetrotting like Harlem.
I think we're on daddy duty. He don't even know you.